Let us discuss concepts of physics textbook multiple choice questions, one or more than one option correct option type questions in electric field and potential topic. First question, mark out the correct options. First option, the total charge of the universe is constant. The total positive charge of the universe is constant. The total negative charge of the universe is constant. The total number of charged particles in the universe is constant. Actually, total charge of the universe is constant according to law of conservation of charge. Total charge remains constant, but charge can be transferred from one body to another body. And whether the charged particles constant or not, let us consider now. According to Einstein's energy mass relation, E equal to mc square. From this, energy can be converted into mass, mass can be converted into energy. Let us take two particles, positron and electron. These two particles combine together, annihilated, and produces energy. So that number of charged particles changes. This is known as pair annihilation. This is known as pair annihilation. Similarly, certain energy with gamma photon, it can produce electron and positron. Electron and positron it can produce. So this is known as pair production. In pair production and pair annihilation, the charged particles may be produced or destroyed, but anyway total charge remains constant. So the total positive charge of the universe constant is not possible. Total negative charge of the universe not possible. Total number of charged particle of universe constant also not possible. That means the total charge of the universe is constant only. Correct option. So for this first question, option A is correct. Second question, a point charge is brought in an electric field. The electric field at a nearby point will increase if the charge is positive, will decrease if the charge is negative, may increase if the charge is positive, may decrease if the charge is negative. Let us consider here we have taken electric field. Here two cases we take, this is the electric field is to there. In two cases let us take. First case is positive charge we take, second case is negative charge we take. Here let us place positive charge and here we place negative charge. In the case of positive charge, electric field radially outward, like this it will be there. Let us consider 2.1 and 0.2. At 0.1, the already applied field and produced field due to point charges are in opposite direction, so that net field decrease. At 0.2, applied field and field produced due to positive charges are in same direction, so that field here greater. So near to point charge, field may be greater. Field may be greater. So may increase if charge is positive. C option is correct. But surely we can't tell that increases because left side the positive charge decreases. Similarly, if you take negative charge, in the case of negative charge, electric field radially inward. Electric field is radially inward. In this case, let us take 2 points, 0.3 and 0.4. Let us take. At 0.3, applied field and produced field due to negative charge are same direction, so that at 0.3 field is greater. But at the 0.4, applied field and the field produced by the negative charges are opposite direction, so that field is lower. So that when we place negative charge at the point certain 0.4, there may be field may be decreases if charge is negative. So fourth option correct. We will decrease if charge is negative, we can't tell increase also there. So for this question, option C and D are correct answers. The electric field and the electric potential at a point are E and V respectively. If E equal to 0, then V must be 0. If V equal to 0, then E must be 0. If E is not equal to 0, V cannot be 0. If V is not equal to 0, E cannot be 0. Let us take some examples to discuss this problem. We assume this is a charged conducting sphere. This is a charged conducting sphere. We know that inside the charged conducting sphere, electric field is 0. But potential is equal to potential on the surface. That means potential is not equal to 0. So see here, there is a point where electric field is 0, but potential is not 0. So first option is not correct. And also listen here, in this case only, potential not 0, but electric field is 0. So fourth option also not correct. Let us take another example. Two equal and opposite charges are separated by certain distance. If you take two equal and opposite charges are separated by some distance, electric field originates from positive charge, it terminates at negative charge. That means between positive and negative charges are nowhere electric field is 0. Nowhere electric field is 0. Let us consider a point 1 which is exactly midway between positive and negative charge. At point 1, potential due to positive and potential due to negatives are equal, but the sign is opposite. Potential due to positive charge is positive, potential due to negative charge is negative. So total potential is 0. So between two positive and negative charges, electric field exists. That means electric field not equal to 0, but potential is 0. So option C can't come. Electric field not 0, potential cannot be 0, is not there. Here potential is there. So that point C, option C also not correct. And option C, second option here, potential 0, E must be 0. Here in this same case, this point 1, here potential 0 only, but electric field is there. Electric field is there. So that no options are correct. No options are correct. So none of the options are correct. None of the options are correct. The electric potential decreases uniformly from 120 volt to 80 volt as one moves on the x-axis from x equal to minus 1 centimeter to x equal to plus 1 centimeter. The electric field at the origin must be equal to 20 volt per centimeter, may be equal to 20 volt centimeter, may be greater than 20 volt per centimeter, may be less than 20 volt per centimeter. In this question, here potential given that changes along the x-axis uniformly from 120 volt to 80 volt given. That means along y-axis potential changes or not changes is not given. Let us assume here electric field, uniform electric field is there. This point we consider at this point 120 volt is there, and at this point 80 volt is there. 120 volt point we have to consider that is minus 1 comma 0. 80 volt point we are taking as a plus 1 comma 0. The distance between these 2 points is 2 centimeter we take. Electric field formula is equal to minus potential difference divided by distance between 2 points. Here minus into final potential is 80 minus initial potential is 120 divided by 2 centimeter. So by solving this, we are getting 20 volt per centimeter. So here we consider electric field along x-axis. Electric field along y-axis is not there. Then electric field along x-axis only is there, means 20 volt per centimeter we can tell. Suppose electric field in y direction also is there, we don't know whether electric field is in y direction is there or not there, we can't tell. So that we can guess that may be equal to 20 volt per centimeter. Suppose if electric field also there along y-axis, then resultant field will be square root of electric field along x-axis is 20 volt per centimeter square plus electric field along y-axis whole square. So this may be greater than this value, greater than 20 volt per centimeter. So that answer may be greater than 20 volt centimeter also. So for fourth question, option B and C are correct answers. Which of the following quantities do not depend on the choice of zero potential or zero potential energy? Potential potential difference between 2 points, potential difference of a two charge system, change in potential energy of two charge system. Here zero potential means idle point. It regards to idle point. That means for change in value, it will not define. That means zero potential energy cannot be defined for change in value. So that option B and option D do not depend on the choice of zero potential or zero potential energy. An electric dipole is placed in an electric field generated by a point charge. The net electric force on the dipole must be 0. The net electric force on the dipole may be 0. The torque on the dipole due to the field must be 0. The torque on the dipole due to the field may be 0. Here we have to assume that point charge produce electric field around its space non-uniform electric field it produces. When we place dipole, let us assume this negative and positive charges. Dipole means two equal and opposite charges are separated by some distance. When dipole is placed at the point on the positive charge and at the point on the negative charge, if electric field is equal, then EQ force on positive charge and minus EQ force on negative charge will be acting. If E are equal, then only total force will be 0, otherwise total force cannot be 0. Here this dipole is placed in non-uniform electric field, so that at a negative charge electric field E1 let us take, at a positive charge let us take E2. This E1 and E2 are cannot be equal, so that net force cannot be 0. Net force cannot be 0. Next, let us consider about torque. Torque, what is the formula for torque? In the sense, for torque formula is P E sin theta, where P is electric dipole moment, E is electric field intensity, theta is the angle between P and E. If dipole is placed whose dipole moment and electric field are same direction, then theta will be 0. That means if theta is equal to 0, then sin theta is equal to 0. So the torque may be 0. Suppose if dipole moment is not making angle 0 with electric field, then torque cannot be 0. So that torque on the electric field, non-uniform electric field, may be 0 or may not be 0. So the torque on the dipole due to the field may be 0. For sixth question, fourth option is correct answer. A proton and an electron are placed in a uniform electric field. The electric force acting on them will be equal. The magnitude of the forces will be equal. Their accelerations will be equal. The magnitude of their accelerations will be equal. Now we are going to place proton and electron in the electric field. Proton charge is positive charge. Electron charge is negative charge. On proton, force will be acted in the direction of electric field, force on the proton. But force on the electron acts opposite direction to the electric field. Anyway, both charges magnitudes are equal, so that force on the proton is equal to E into E, electric field intensity into charge of the electron. Force on the electron is equal to minus E into E, since negative charge we are taking. Magnitude on proton, magnitude of force on the proton and magnitude of force on the electrons are equal, but directions are not equal. Since force is a vector, so that we have to consider both magnitude and direction. Since direction is not the same on the electron and the proton by the electric field, so that forces are not equal, but magnitude is equal. And let us consider about acceleration. Acceleration on proton is equal to force by mass, E into E divided by mass of proton. And acceleration on the electron is equal to minus E divided by mass of electron we have to take. Here magnitude of forces are equal, so we assume, we take that second option is correct. Acceleration directions are different, so that accelerations are not equal. And also mass of the proton very greater than mass of the electron, so that acceleration of the proton less than acceleration of the electron, so that magnitude of their accelerations also not equal. So for seventh question, magnitude of the forces will be equal only, correct option. The electric field in a region is directed outward and is proportional to the distance r from the origin. Taking the electric potential at the origin to be 0, then electric potential varies uniform in the region. Proportional to r is proportional to r square. It increases as one goes away from the origin. Actually, electric field intensity is given here directly proportional to R. That means electric field varies directly proportional to R. So let us take electric field is equal to some proportionality constant into R. And the relation between electric field intensity and potential is E is equal to minus dV by dr. From this equation, dV is equal to, let us take minus E dr. To find potential, let us integrate this equation. By substituting electric field value kr into dr, 1 minus is there. So integral dV is delta V. Delta V means V2 minus V1, final potential minus potential at origin is given 0, we take here. So now potential is equal to this. If you integrate this equation, we will get kr square by 2 minus is there. That means potential is directly proportional to r square. So potential varies proportional to r square. So option C is correct. Option C is correct.